Let's begin with a quarterback, and there's only one that we're talking about,
Right.
Dak Prescott. Pete, you have in parentheses $24.8 million for the tag. Wouldn't he be a little bit more because he did it last year?
Yeah, he's going to be, I think, somewhere towards like 37.
Up in the 30s, yeah.
I think so this year for that tag.
Let's say your last name was Jones and not Simms, and you're in that family. What are you doing here?
Well, I mean, there's no way I'm letting him hit the free agent market. I'm not. Now, long-term deal, I'm not going to just throw out something right off the bat here.
I'm going to play the other side.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, you know, two things. Pretty serious injury, all right? I know what he is, okay, but what we don't really know is what Dak Prescott's commanding and asking for. Mm-hmm. You know, and from everything we hear, he wants to be paid like Deshaun Watson.
Which is how much a year?
Like basically, you know, 40, 39 and change. And I'll always say this, Dak Prescott, when healthy, is a top 10 quarterback. He is not a top 5 quarterback.
Right.
And I think Jerry Jones kind of made that clear last year a few times. You know, when they lost that Seattle Seahawks game early in the year, he kind of made some cryptic talk messages, and Pete will probably remember, where he talked about, I'd like one of those quarterbacks who can make things happen and run around. Dak's not one of those. So I think that shows you where they view him. Now, last year, I think it was all about the 4th and the 5th year conversation, and I know people tried to rebut me on social media, like, you know, Ian Rappaport, who probably talks to Dak Prescott's agent, tried to come out in social media and say, I was wrong. He didn't tell me where I was wrong or anything I was wrong. He just listened to the agent and said, hey, can you put a tweet out to tell Chris Simms he's wrong?
Right.
Okay, bullcrap. I don't think I was wrong. I think I'm pretty damn right. But anyways, that to me is the biggest thing. I just don't know what he's asking for or what he's expecting. I don't know if it's more about the years, the guaranteed money.
Probably a little bit of both.
He certainly should be paid like one of the 6, 7 best quarterbacks in the game. I have no problem with that. But if I'm Dallas right now and you're not getting to that, you're franchise tagging him. You're franchise tagging him. You're continuing to monitor where that ankle is. That is a pretty serious injury. Dislocation, you know. I wouldn't expect him to be totally 100% the explosive Dak Prescott you would have seen, you know, before the injury.
He does most of his work from the pocket, though.
He does do most of his pocket, but he will, you know, when you really break him down, you realize he moves a little bit more than you think. Like, it's not like showy, sexy movement, but it's a lot of, okay, I'm stepping up in the pocket, and okay, now I'm kind of in pressure, and I'm moving, I'm running, I'm throwing a 20-yard crossing route. And then, of course, they will run the ball with him on read options and things like that. And I believe that was a play he got hurt on, was a read option. Right.
Yeah.
So, franchise, no doubt about it. Buy yourself some time. If you get to a point where now it's May, June, and you start to go, hey, he looks good. Like, he's going to be really close to 100% when the season starts. I mean, I would hope that they could get a deal done.
I would think so.
What else is out there?
Who's
going to be better that you're going to get than him?
What are you going to get?
He's in the prime of his career. Your team right now is built around your offense.
Completely. And I think that they franchised him once. He had that horrible injury. You saw how much, and you kind of suspected, but now you really know how much his teammates care about him and want him around. So there's that tangible part of it. Doesn't the tie go into getting this done long term because he is a top 10 quarterback?
Yes.
And because the way everybody reacted, they want him around. The locker room wants him there.
No doubt. He's. And
what if they offered him a contract long term, 5th highest quarterback in the league?
Yeah, I mean,
fair?
I think that's fair. I would take that right now. I mean, for what he is, looking into the future, you know. And again, let me like we pull up top salaries for quarterbacks in football right now. You know, let's just hit it real quick while we're here. We might as well. I mean, of course, here's Mahomes at a $45 million a year average, but it's a team-friendly $45 million. Let's not be crazy here. A lot of that is bullshit numbers that are way down the road that Mahomes is going to have to stay healthy to get, or
so
who knows where.
So he's averaging 45 a year?
45 a year,
okay.
But he's not getting as much money as Ryan Tannehill or Deshaun Watson in the first 4 years of his contract. He took a very friendly deal. So is Dak Prescott willing to do something like that? I don't know. But here we got Mahomes at 45, Watson at 39, Russell Wilson at 35. Now, where the market's messed up is Big Ben's at 34, and he's going to take a pay cut or do something to adjust that this year. But, I would think that the sweet spot would be somewhere in that 34 to 39 range going forward.
I would say 30 to 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, with with, okay, Aaron Rodgers at 33.5, and of course he's underpaid at this point, but where the market is for this point and everything like that, I would hope maybe Dak Prescott, being smart, being who he is, could maybe find out a contract or figure out a contract to where it's not a huge blow to the team maybe this year because the salary cap, and maybe not next year, but he's getting big-time guaranteed money, and then maybe after that it can become, okay, now we're getting into the $40 million a year type of thing.
Right.
And they can build a team. You got to remember, they got issues on their team. They got no defense. They got a lot of work to do to fill some holes on that side of the ball. But it's a very tricky situation, and I really don't know how to feel about it in a lot of ways.
And because it is a tricky situation, and it is the Cowboys, it's a hot-button issue. A lot of theories out there, a lot of thoughts this time of year about what might happen.
Yeah.
The armchair GM throws this one out there. Do you think it would be good for the Cowboys to tag and trade Dak to a team like the Dolphins or the Jets to get a high pick and replace him? With the Cowboys having a bad defense, like you just mentioned, I think this could be a smart move for both teams.
Well, I don't think it's a crazy thought. I just is Jerry Jones willing to do that at this point of his life? Throw out a franchise quarterback who can be the guy for at least the next 5 or 6 years.
I would say maybe it's not crazy, but I would label it as reckless.
I would too.
And the wrong move, because it's exciting to think about what kind of picks you might get. People get so fired up about that this time of year, but what are the chances you're going to get a quarterback who's, whether you rank him 8th best or 12th best, who's that good?
No,
the chances are much better that you won't get somebody that good.
That's the point. The chances are you won't get somebody that good. The chances are, hey, they like Johnny Manziel. They liked Paxton Lynch. Let's not forget about that. I mean, if Denver didn't get Paxton Lynch, they wanted him. So I'm not necessarily about to go all in on Dallas and their quarterback either. So that to me, yes, is risky, and I would not give that away for Dak Prescott.
I would say leave well enough alone right there and find a way to get that guy signed.
Yeah.
Pete, let's go ahead and roll that graphic there. NFC East division winner odds provided by PointsBet at Sportsbook. Dallas right now. And again, we're in February. The odds-on favorite to win the NFC East. If they have Dak back, is that how you see it too?
No, I don't. Philadelphia 2? What the does Philadelphia got at number 2 that makes you think that's going to work?
And way ahead of New York and Washington.
Well, what I don't understand is you give me something solid at quarterback for Washington, I'm riding with Washington.
Yeah.
That would be the team I'd go.
As the best?
As the best. I would. Their defense ain't going anywhere. It's only going to get better.
Yeah.
They got a pretty good offensive line. They got Terry McLaurin. I think Antonio Gibson's damn good.
I think I would have put the Giants ahead of the Eagles, too.
I probably would have, too. I don't understand that at all. But, yes, I mean, Washington's the team I look at to go, if they can just figure out that position, and I know that's a big if. We'll see. Some of these dominoes got to fall here to figure out what the hell is going to happen at quarterback. But Washington's the one where I go, whoa, that's totally they're being underappreciated right there.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.